Hey everybody, Ben Frederickson here alongside Jeff Gordon, talking Cardinals baseball here on Inside Pitch. Gordo, the GM meetings are going on in Las Vegas. The winter meetings will come next, and the hot stove is starting to crank up. Guys opting out of opt-outs, hitting the market as free agents. The Cardinals, they say they have money to spend. They're going to increase that payroll, but that can happen in a lot of different ways. They can sign free agents, they can trade for guys and bring on bigger contracts. Let's talk some free agents today. Let's start with the name everybody is wishing upon the Cardinals, Trea Turner, the superstar shortstop, leaving the Dodgers for free agency. I get it, man. If Trea Turner wants to come play here and the Cardinals want to pay him, sign me up. I'd love to watch it. Is it realistic?
Yeah, probably not.
But John Hamm narrated his sizzle reel.
I know, and look,
Greg Hamsinger said it's going to happen.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of money, and this team has the fact again. Colorado's picked up so much of the Arenado freight. Paul Goldschmidt's not going to play forever. You have money to spend. It's conceivable. I just think, again, you're looking catcher, you're looking outfield power, you're also looking at pitching as needs. But if this is the best path to add offense, if this is the one place you think you can make an impact and move other parts around because you can move other parts around, that's where it's possible. This guy can run. This guy's an all-around ball player.
Have you seen him slide?
Well,
slick.
I think this is a Cardinal type player, and he's at certainly the right age.
He's going to make 9 to 10 year deal worth probably more than $30 million a year. It's a massive commitment. Is there anybody in this shortstop class that would take like a short-term contract, high money with opt-outs? I mean, hey, Carlos Correa did it once with the Twins. If he would be willing to do that again, that would be a guy who could really potentially help this team. I'm not convinced the Cardinals are dead set on getting a shortstop. They say they want a catcher. They say they want, some more swing and miss stuff on their pitching staff, and they say they need lineup protection for Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado. What they're not saying is where is that offense going to play? And in some ways, they've got some flexibility between Brendan Donovan, Tom Edman, and flexibility in the outfield where they can kind of pick the bat they want and then make the team fit around it. So how about catcher, though? They do need a catcher. They can trade. You got Sean Murphy in Oakland. You've also got some guys at free agency that check different boxes. I like Wilson Contreras. You want offense, get a bat-first catcher who can also – he's a fine catcher. People want to rip his defense, Gordo. He's okay. Good pop time, strong arm. His pitch framing's not great, but that could be going away in 2024. Maybe the Cardinals go more defense. Christian Vasquez looked pretty good catching for the Astros, calling the right pitches, working with the staff in the World Series. He's up for grabs.
Yeah, Derek covering the series sold me on that. I mean, look, this guy's a winner now. Boston may want him back. Sorry about, having to move you along, and now we'll bring you back. He's going to be very interesting. His ties to Molina, the fact he's going to play for Molina, the fact that the type of guy he is, the type of skill set he brings, not a Contreras-type heavy offensive threat, but a good hitter, certainly better than what you've gotten out of Molina the last couple of years. And then, again, that connection. I could see Yadier selling him on St. Louis. I could see the cultural fit. I could see the price fit. I could see 4 years, $15 to $20 million a year, whatever, at his age point. I could see that happening. Wilson, for life of me, why don't the Cubs just keep the guy who wants to be in Chicago? You've got money. What's up with that, Benford? Why does the Cubs, there's your natural, keep the guy.
I don't know. One of the things I've heard is, he's not worth as much because the Cubs weren't able to secure a trade for him last trade deadline. Well, the Astros, who just won the World Series, were close to trading for him and acquiring him, decided not to do that, but it was mostly because they knew he was going to want to play every time. They had more of a timeshare thing going on. Good teams think Wilson Contreras is good, so I think some Cardinals fans are having some misinformation fed their way there. I like Contreras, but I'm with you. The Cubs are crazy for not building around him. Starting pitcher, Gordo, there are some big guys on the market. Carlos Rodon, for me, yeah, great. He's also going to be the most expensive. He had some of the best swing and miss stuff of any National League starter. He had a bad defense and still great numbers. I think he would fit well here. He's also going to be pricey. A guy like Jacob deGrom, elite stuff, but he's hurt all the time. Then there's Justin Verlander, if Justin Verlander wants to come here on a short-term deal, yeah, but is that realistic? I don't know.
Yeah, I think the big market teams and the Mets are spending like crazy, wasting no time keeping the closer. I just think DeGrom's
crazy, by the way. The closer, that money's nuts.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they're the only team that values a closer to that level for sure. But it just shows you the Mets, they're going to spend money. I don't see how they let him go. I don't see how they let DeGrom go. They can take the risk. The guy's got more money than God. He can take that risk. DeWitt's like, I'm not so sure about that risk.
I don't blame him for anybody for having risk about DeGrom. Now, Carlos Rodon, pay the man.
All right.
Get him here. Because here's the thing. If you're going to add a starter to this rotation, it can't be a middle-ish guy. They've got enough of those guys. They've got so many of those guys, they could trade one of them away for a deal for a catcher or a deal for a bat. But they don't have a guy that you can say, you're the game one starter of the postseason. The game one starter that they had this past postseason was kind of a wild card. Jose Quintana, he's a free agent. He's probably not coming back. So go get a guy that you can feel good doing that. Is there anybody else, Gordo, that you say, hey, I like this fit as a free agent? I have one that I feel like we talked a lot about last season, and now nobody's talking about. Jock Peterson.
Oh, Jocked over,
The
yeah.
Cardinals went and signed Corey Dickerson 1 year, $5 million. He was a league average hitter throughout all his ups and downs. He winds up being exactly at league average. Jock Peterson goes to the Giants, signs for 1 year, $6 million, $1 million more, hits 20-plus homers, smashes right-handed pitching. Gordo, if you want to buy time for this current Cardinals outfield and you don't want to blow it up and you don't want to trade away Tyler O'Neill, you want to give him one more shot, how about a guy like Jock Peterson? He could be a part-time player, a splits guy. You platoon him. You can play him in outfield and DH. He's a better Corey Dickerson.
Right,
and he's going to make more money than he did last season.
Right, you're going to need to give him 2 or 3 years probably, but still, the guy's been on good teams for a reason, and he's got pop, no denying it. Yeah, why not?
And he's left-handed, and he hits right-handed pitching, which is what this team needs more of. We'll see which way the Cardinals go. They'll trade. They'll sign some free agents. We'll have it all covered at STLtoday.com. For Jeff Gordon, I'm Ben Frederickson. We'll talk to you next time.